भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं भूतले स्वयं रूपगदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Tuesday satsang program. So last 2-3 classes we have been discussing from the pastime of Påthu Maharaj from Canto 4. So wherein we saw how and under what kind of critical circumstances Påthu Maharaj appeared from the two hands of King Vena by the churning process of the sages. And then eventually Påthu and Archi were coronated as the rulers of the entire Bhumandala. And during that ceremony, all the great devatas from all over the universe, including Lord Vishnu, Mother Lakshmi, Lord Brahma, Mother Saraswati, Lord Shiva, Mother Parvati, and all the devatas such as Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, everyone assembled there, and they all took part in that great ceremony, and they all offered so many wonderful gifts, and eventually King Påthu was made as the king of the entire Bhumandala. And everyone had a hope that from now onward there will be prosperity both in the Bhuloka and Swargaloka. And they all departed. And after few days, one fine day, the people, the citizens of the entire country came and informed. So my dear king, we don't know what is the reason, but somehow or other, On one side the thieves, on the other side your father, King Vena, were completely robbed of all our possessions. And more than that, Mother Earth stopped giving any food grains. Now we are left with no food. Very soon we are going to die because we are fasting for many days, weeks, and months. So please do something. Please arrange for food immediately, otherwise we will die any moment. And second thing, please arrange for me some means of livelihood for all of us. Otherwise, what we will do in this world? You are our king, and we have had some hope upon you that you will maintain us properly. So please do something. This is the situation as our current situation is like this. Then Prithu Maharaj understood the reason for all this trouble is Mother Earth stopped producing the food grains. Okay. Then Prithu Maharaj began to go towards Mother Earth. He raised his weapon and then he was chasing after Mother Earth. So Mother Earth, in order to save herself from Prithu Maharaj, assumed the form of a cow and trying to run away from Prithu Maharaj. But wherever she went, Prithu Maharaj was there. And finally she surrendered to Prithu Maharaj, requesting him to protect him. So Prithu said, no
Prabhuji,
way.
we can't hear you.
Not at all. Mataji, you are not able to hear anything?
No, now I can hear it.
Now
In
we can hear.
between, sometimes
So how come?
I don't know, Prabhuji. Just
Okay, without this I'll try.
So
yeah, now it is better.
Now you are
Yeah.
able to hear me? Is it better to the previous one?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, then we'll continue without earphones. So, understanding the problem of the citizens, when Prithu Maharaj took his bow and arrow chasing after Mother Earth traveled in all directions, but wherever she went, she was only seeing Prithu Maharaj. So finally, turning towards Prithu Maharaj in supplication, she surrendered to Prithu Maharaj, requesting Prithu to remove his anger and become compassionate upon herself. So generally, a woman should not be punished even though she does mistake. And now I am innocent. Why are you punishing me? And you are the king. You are the protector of every living entity. You should protect me also. I am also one of your subjects. Like that, the cow said. Prithu said, you are actually not a cow. You are only imitation cow. And you are taking so much grass and not giving any milk. That means you have taken the share from the yajna, but not producing food grains. You don't deserve to live anymore. I will kill you and I will make you into powder and I'll feed all the living entities with that powder. And I will myself maintain all the living entities. You don't worry. So when Prithu said like that very angrily, she understood Prithu is really angry. Then she said, so my dear king, please do not become angry. I'll tell you a means. The great sages have indicated in the Vedic literatures through the system of Varnashrama Dharma. They said that for one's survival, one need to practice agriculture, and for one's going back home back to Godhead, one need to follow Shastra. Same way, I'll tell you something and take the essence from that. So, by keeping a calf in front of me, looking at whom I will affectionately produce milk and take out whatever you need, whatever is your food, that one you take out from my udder into a suitable vessel. So, yes. So, Prithu Maharaj, keeping Swayambhu Manu at the calf, himself becoming the milkman, took out the food grains, whatever is required for our survival, the different variety of vegetables, food, lentils, rice, milk, etc. He took everything from mother cow for the survival of all the living different variety of human beings and other living entities in the Bhuloka. Then Devatas took out Amruta in a golden pot, keeping Indra as a calf in front. And then Asuras took whatever they need, keeping Prahlada at the calf in front. And Rakshasas took blood, keeping Kuvera in front of them, or Lord Shiva in front of them at the calf. So like that, different living entities took whatever they need. So this chapter indicates that throughout the universe, there may be different variety of living entities, but all of them need Mother Earth for their survival. Whatever they need for their survival, that comes from Mother Earth, that is produced by Mother Earth only. It is Mother Earth which produces all that is required for all the living entities. It is the ruler of the earth takes the responsibility of taking care of all the living entities. So like that. So while suggesting Prithu Maharaj what to do, and Mother Earth also made one more suggestion. See, the entire surface of the earth is filled with so many mountains. As a result of that, whenever there is rain, the entire rainwater is simply entering into the ocean. It is nowhere stored on the surface of the earth because the earth surface is all uneven. So that people are not able to do agriculture throughout the year. So kindly flatten the surface of the earth by removing some of the mountains. As a result of that, the water can be stored at different places. That stored water can be used for agricultural purposes so that the people can have the means of livelihood for throughout the year. They can have some work to perform throughout the year and they can produce food grains throughout the year. And afterwards, whatever food grains are produced, use them for worshipping Lord Vishnu by performing yajna. Your father stopped all the yajnas. Your father told that no yajna should be performed for the worship of Vishnu. Instead, yajna should be performed for his own worship. That's why I stopped producing all the food grains. I hope that, I believe that hereafter you will perform yajnas so that whatever food grains I produce, they will be used rightly. They will not be used wrongly. So that was the request of Mother Earth. So Prithu Maharaj promised, yes, I will do it. So after milking the cow, first feeding the living entities sufficiently when they become rejuvenated, then with the help of his bow, he leveled the surface of the earth, removing most of the mountains, making the upper surface flat so that water can be stored at different places. And then he also created the different variety of villages, cities, and towns, etc. Here in the Bhagavatam, there is one verse says that before Prithu Maharaj, people would live at different places according to their liking and convenience, etc. But after this, after leveling the surface of the earth by removing the mountains, Prithu Maharaj categorically constructed different places of living so that different variety of people can stay at different places. So what all he constructed? What all he made distinctions? Graman pura pattanani durgani vividani cha goshan vrajan sashibiram akaran keta karavatam. Graman means small villages without any marketplace. There is only small village for people to live, but there is no market. Without market, a village can be called as grama. And with market, a village can be called as pura. And when the village becomes big, it is called as patana. And the palace where kings stay, that is called Durga. Because the palaces are protected by various means. Surrounding the palace, the kings generally have a water moat or some mountains, a forest, or lot of open land and desert, some kind of protection is there. So palace should be always protected by means of some artificial arrangement, so that the envious king does not able to come inside the palace and attack the king. So there is a safety, Durga, that also he constructed with all the protective measures. And then he constructed Goshan. Gosha means it is a place where cowherd people stay, like Vraja, where cowherd people stay and then they do agriculture and they live. And then adjacent to them there will be Vraja, means where the cow sheds are erected. Gosha is the place where the cowherds stay, and Vraja is the place where cows stay. The cow sheds where cows go for grazing, all these things are called as Vraja. That also he made arrangement. And then Shibira. Shibira means where the soldiers practice, the soldiers live, the soldiers practice all their warfares and all, that is called Shibira. And then Akara. Akara means mines for producing gold, silver, and other metals. That is a separate place. And finally, Keta. Keta means agricultural villages near the mountains. So from the mountain, the water will come down. There will be reservoirs at the base of the mountain. The water is stored. From that stored water from the lakes and reservoirs, etc., the farmers will do agricultural farming and all. And near to the field, they also have a small village. That kind of village is called as Keta. So like that, based on one's occupation, based on one's requirement, the different village variety of residential places are erected by King Påthu. So this organized way of
Prabhuji, we can't
systematization.
hear in between getting paused, Prabhuji. Speech between pause, like in between can't hear, Prabhuji.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I don't know.
What is the reason?
Maybe some net problem, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
There must be net problem. Okay, Prabhuji, no.
Yeah. Now you are able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So thus, Prithu Maharaj is called as Adi Raja, the first king, because it is he who made the systematic categorization of who will stay where. The small villages, medium villages, big cities, the places meant for farming, the places meant for the soldiers, the places meant for agriculture, the places meant for the cows, cow herds, different things. Everything has been categorically managed. So this is how the first promise has been fulfilled of Mother Earth by leveling the mountains and by constructing the cities. And the second promise is to perform yajna. Then Prithu Maharaj took a vow that for the welfare of the citizens, for the prosperity of the citizens, I will perform 100 Ashwamedha yajnas on the bank of Ganga and Saraswati at a place known as Brahmavarta. So he made a sankalpa and he began to perform one after the other, different Ashwamedha sacrifices. As a result of that, the entire kingdom became more prosperous than that of heaven. Heaven means prosperous. But because here we have Prithu Maharaj and is performing yajna after yajna, as a result of that, the entire kingdom became fully prosperous. Because in every yajna, Lord Vishnu would appear and accept the oblations. If Lord Vishnu is himself appearing, then what to speak of other devatas? They definitely will appear and accept the oblations. In reciprocation, they will provide all those things required for people in general. So as a result of that, everyone all over the universe They took part in all the sacrifices and they were profusely blessing Prithu Maharaj. Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Daityas, Danavas, Yakshas, Sunanda, Nanda, and then Kapila, Narada, Dattatreya, Kumaras, everyone who is who in the entire universe would always be present in each and every sacrifice, and they were all engaged in the performance of sacrifice, one after the other. Like that, Prithu Maharaj was completing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. As a result of that, the rivers were flowing throughout the year and producing whatever is required for people sufficiently. And the trees were producing whatever is required for people profusely. The oceans were producing the jewels profusely. The mountains are offering the water streams and all the variety of foods, flowers, fruits, everything they are providing. And hence, the entire kingdom was completely prosperous. In a way, it is actually over prosperous. So when Prithu Maharaj undertook the 100th sacrifice, Indra became insecure. I was the one person who knew the performer of 100 sacrifices, Shatakratu. How come Prithu will defeat me? How come Prithu will get the name of Shatakratu again? So I should be known as Shatakratu, why not Prithu? So Indra wanted to disrupt or spoil the 100th sacrifice, so that only he will be known as 100th, the performer of 100 sacrifices, not Prithu. So Indra stole the horse. So when Indra stole the horse, Prithu's son was requested by Atri Muni. Atri Muni told that, see, one person dressed in saffron garments stealing away the horse. Please go and kill that person and bring back the horse, because he was wearing the dress of a mendicant and he was doing the stealing activity. It is not at all befitting him. So punish him and get the horse back. So Prithu's son went nearby. When he went nearby, he saw he was wearing a mendicant dress. So a mendicant is superior to Kshatriyas. So a Kshatriya will never raise weapon upon a mendicant. So Prithu's son could not raise weapon. But Atri Muni told that no, he is an imitator. He is not the proper mendicant. Shoot him. So when Prithu's son lifted the bow and arrow, Indra, leaving behind that horse and leaving behind that mendicant Vesha, disappeared. So Prithu's son brought the horse back to the sacrificial arena. So Prithu became happy. All the sages became happy. Atri Muni named him as Vijitashwa. You have got the horse back, so you will get the name Vijitashwa. So think, okay, it's fine. And again they resumed the sacrifice. Indra again came wearing a different dress, stole the horse by creating a kind of fog all over so that no one will see him. But when Indra was flying in the skies, Atri Muni told again Vijitashwa, please go and get the horse back. Vijitashwa went and raised his weapon. Indra disappeared, leaving behind the dress and the horse. Indra again stole. Vijitashwa again went, and Indra left behind that dress and disappeared, leaving behind the horse. So Vijitashwa got back the horse. Like that, Indra is doing again and again, stealing the horse. Before that, coming in a different dress and stealing the horse. What was the reason why Indra is doing like this? So we may think that Indra is too much intolerant. That's why he's doing it. But there is a reason behind it. The reason is this entire pastime is happening during Swayambhu Manvantara. during Swayambhu Manvantara, one of the Lord's expansion, Yajna, who appeared as the son of Ruchi and Akuti. Akuti was the first daughter of Swayambhu Manu, who married with great Ruchi, and they gave birth to Lord Yajna and Dakshina, Mother Lakshmi. So Yajna was one of the expansions of Lord Vishnu only. Since there was no qualified person to become Indra during Swayambhu Manvantara, Lord Yajna himself became Indra. It was Indra, he is the Indra. And Prithu Maharaj is also one of the expansion of Lord Vishnu. Both of them Lord's avatars only. So, Lord Yajna himself is coming and stealing the horse, coming in the form of a mendicant and leaving behind the dress of a mendicant and going away. So it is said in the Bhagavatam, it is said that Tamatrir Bhagavan Akshat Tvaramanam Vihayasa Amuktam Iva Pakandam Yo Adarme Dharma Vibrama Amukta Iva Pakandam. Indra wore a dress like that of a Pakandi for a purpose. What is that? Yo Adarme Dharma Vibrama. In the future, people should be illusioned, and as a result of that illusion, they should consider adharma to be dharma and they should follow adharma. The reason is, when Prithu Maharaj was ruling over the kingdom, it was Treta Yuga. And very soon, Dwapara Yuga should begin. And the quality of Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga is, they consider and they understand dharma to be dharma, adharma to be adharma. But in Dwapara Yuga, there is a doubt. They are not sure whether this is dharma or that is dharma. That problem is there. There is a confusion. Hey, this looks like dharma and that also looks like dharma. What should I follow? So this is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, 30th, the 18th chapter, 30th shloka, 31st, 32nd, 30, 31, 32. It is mentioned that pravrittim cha nivrittim cha karya karye baya baye bandham moksham cha ya vetti buddhi sa partha satviki. The understanding of a person in the mode of goodness is, they know what is to be done and what is not to be done. They know what is pravritti, what is nivritti. And they also know what should be followed, what should not be followed. What kind of dharma should be followed and what kind of adharma should not be followed. That means they have proper understanding of what is dharma, what is adharma, what should be done, what not should be done, what will cause bandha, what will cause moksha. And all these things they know and they act accordingly. So this is what happens during Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga. But in Dwapara Yuga, yada dharmam adharmam cha karyam chakaryam evacha ayatavat prajanati buddhi sa partha rajasi. The buddhi, the understanding of the people in the mode of passion is like this. They consider dharma to be adharma and adharma to be dharma. They consider what is to be done as not to be done and what is not to be done as what to be done. Like this, in every aspect, there is confusion. They say that whether this is to be done or this is to be done. This is dharma or this is dharma. So there is always confusion. What to be done, what to do, what not to do, what to accept, what not to accept. So there is always confusion. Yaya dharmam adharmancha karyam chakaryam ayatavat prajanati. They can't come to a perfect conclusion. That is the nature of Dwapara Yuga. And the nature of Kali Yuga is adharmam dharmam iti ya mannate tamasa vrutam. They consider pakka adharma to be dharma, dharma to be adharma. Sarvartam viparitam cha buddhi sa tamasi. So tamasic buddhi wale, they consider in everything dharma to be adharma, good to be bad, bad to be good. That is the quality of Kali Yuga. So now it is the duty of Indra to begin Dwapara Yuga very soon. So Indra is using the 100th sacrifice of Prithu Maharaj as a plea and assuming the dress of a mendicant, creating a kind of pakanda, a kind of pseudo sampradaya. So people are confused whether the real sampradaya is correct or the pseudo sampradaya is correct. Because Indra himself took the pseudo sampradaya and he was not punished by the king. That means it is bona fide. Because he was not punished by the king, that means it is bona fide. So we can practice. And some said, no, we should not practice. This is pseudo sampradaya. So there is confusion. So he created confusion. That's why he said that yo adharme dharma vibrama. So people will consider this adharma to be dharma in the future. To make that happen, Indra created all these pakanda vrittis. So what kind of pakanda vrittis Indra created? There are so many variety of pakanda vrittis Indra created. It is mentioned in the Bhagavatam as so. Tat grihita vistrishteshu pakandeshu matindranam dharma iti upadharmeshu nagna rakta pathadishu prayena sajjate bhrantya peshaleshu cha vagmishu. So what kind of pakandis were produced or what kind of different dresses they are produced by Indra? Nagna. Some people roam around without any clothes. This is one kind of variety of people. Rakta. Some people wear red clothes. So, and some people wear one staff. They hold one staff. On top of that, there is kapal. Kapal is staff. Such kind of people are there. And these people are very much expert in convincing people about what they are doing is the right thing. All other things are not at all right things. So these are the some of the qualities, some of the appearances of the people who were created by the dresses worn by Indra. So all such variety of apasampradayas or upadharmas have been created or a seed is sown for their creation by Indra right now. So then, unable to tolerate what Indra is doing, Prithu Maharaj wanted to kill him personally. Then the sages who are performing the yajna, they said that no, you are the Yajaman. You should not raise weapon. And there should be no death of any other living entity other than the sacrificial animal itself. So you don't do anything. We will call. By mantra, we will invite that person who is causing all this trouble and he will himself fall into the yajna. Just like Parikshit Maharaj required the sages to perform the Sarpa yajna. As a result of that, all the snakes would come and fall into that fire sacrifice. Something like that. So the Brahmanas, they began to chant mantras to invite Indra so that Indra will fall into that yajna and burn to ashes. So that he will not cause disturbance to the sacrifice and he will not create any such kind of apasampradayas. So, here the acharyas tell one point. How come these people are acting like this? Here you see that Indra is Lord Yajna himself, he is an expansion of Lord Vishnu himself. And the Brahmanas who are performing this Yajna are Atri, Vasishta, Pulaha, Kratu. And they are saying that we will chant mantras and kill Indra for no reason. And Indra, though apparently from external point of view is stealing the horse, but on the other side, he is actually sowing the seeds for the beginning of Dwapara Yuga by creating a kind of illusion, a kind of confusion, whether this is dharma, that is dharma among the people, so that Dwapara Yuga can begin. So it is said that even the great souls sometimes are bewildered or act as if they are bewildered in order to show lessons to one and all. Examples are Lord Brahma ran after the Vak, his own creation. The Vak Devi, the first lady, Brahma ran after her. And Lord Shiva became very angry. Lord Shiva becomes very angry very frequently. Many times he becomes angry. And similarly, Indra becomes so much possessive. Indra becomes so much intolerant. And Indra becomes envy also sometimes. And here the Brahmanas became Karmakandi Brahmanas. They are not thinking about the future. Instead, they are only thinking about the present. Why he is disturbing our exam? We will invite him into fire so that we can complete our exam. So like that. So these people are actually acting like that. They are not up to that mark. They are only acting as if sometimes even a greatly intelligent person also gets confused. So don't take things for granted. Be vigilant. Even if a intelligent person can become bewildered by the situations, then what to speak of the ordinary person? Ordinary person obviously will become bewildered. So one should be always vigilant in order to help us that here all these personalities are going through a kind of bewilderment. But in any case, when the Brahmanas were about to chant the mantra, Brahmaji came and stopped them. Hey, my dear Brahmanas, what are you doing? Indra's other name is Yajna. By the performance of Yajna, you are worshipping Indra and you are trying to call that same Indra and try to burn him in the fire of Yajna. For the same fire you are offering, saying that Idam Indra Swa Idam Nama, and you are calling Indra only as an offering into that. So what kind of understanding is this? You people lost your intelligence or what? Please stop. Don't do it. The Brahmana said, okay, my dear sir, whatever you say, I will follow. And then Prithu Maharaj was told by Brahma that, my dear Prithu, you stop this yajna. Indra is doing so many unnatural things. He is creating so many apasampradayas who follow pseudo dharma. If you continue to perform this sacrifice in order to complete, Indra might create many more sacrifices, many more apasampradayas. Even these Brahmanas are trying to chant mantra to invite Indra, and that mantra will never bring Indra down to the fire, and Indra, nothing will happen to Indra. As a result of that, the future will think that these Brahmanas mantras have no power. They chanted a mantra to call Indra into the fire, but Indra did not come only. So what is the use of this following this dharma? So Brahma is saying that people lose faith on the right things and they gain faith on the wrong things. Because even though Indra took that imitating sadhu form, he stole the horse, but he was not at all punished. That means even if we also take the shape of the dress of a sadhu and do all the sinful activities, will not be punished. So this is what happens in the future unnecessarily. So better stop here. So whatever few apasampradayas are created by Indra, it will stop there only. It will not continue further. So Prithu said, yes, whatever you say, I'll follow. We'll stop here. So stopping that sacrifice, concluding it, Prithu Maharaj offered so many wonderful gifts to all the assembled Brahmanas. and he fed all the assembled guests, and finally he took the Avabrata Snan and he kind of closed that sacrifice business. Because Brahmaji told that, what is the purpose of your sacrifice? You are performing sacrifice so that your kingdom can become prosperous. It is already more prosperous than Swarga. So there is no need to perform more sacrifices. And then the people who know the means to go to spiritual world, they don't have to too much entangled in performance of yajnas and all. The yajnas are all part of karma yoga. They are all meant to purify one's heart. Your heart is already perfectly pure. Then there is no need for performing more and more sacrifices to purify your heart. It is already done. By birth, you are completely pure. So there is no need for you to perform so many sacrifices. So like that, Brahma informs King Prithu. So by 99, you will get more fame than Indra's 100 sacrifices. Indra's fame due to 100 sacrifices. So Prithu stopped as a result of that instructions. So then when everything is completed, when everyone fed nicely, when everyone was gifted wonderful gifts, and everyone is perfectly happy. So at that time, Lord Vishnu made his appearance along with Indra. Lord Vishnu brought Indra. And Lord Vishnu told Prithu Maharaj, my dear Prithu, see here Indra is feeling ashamed to come in front of you for what he has done. But in any case, he has realized his mistake. Kindly forgive him and show your affection towards him. Then immediately Prithu went and embraced Indra, who was trying to offer obeisances to Prithu, but he immediately lifted him and embraced him and said, no, I don't have any enmity or malice towards you. We are friends, best of the friends, something like that. So when this thing was happening, Lord Vishnu, you can see in this picture, the Devatas, whenever they come from the heaven or from the Lord Vishnu, whenever he comes to the spiritual world to Bhuloka, their feet never touches the ground. Either Lord Vishnu will stand upon the Garuda or sit on the Garuda, like that only will bless. Even if he is looking like standing, their feet never touches the ground, because that is one of the important characteristic of the heavenly and transcendental beings. Their bodies will never touch the ground. So it was like that. Initially, Lord Vishnu was in the air only. But seeing the Prithu's friendliness towards Indra and Prithu's compassion towards Indra, Prithu's unassuming nature towards Indra, Lord became so much mesmerized and he began to stand on the earth. He forgot that he is supposed to stand in the ether. Instead, he was suspended in the ether. Instead of that, he was standing on the earth. So he lost balance. If the devatas are standing in the ether, they are in the balance. If they touch the ground, they can't stand properly. They lose balance. And when he was about to topple down, Lord Vishnu took the support of Garuda. With one hand, he took the support of Garuda so that he can maintain his stability. So like that. This is what is happening in Lord Vishnu, looking at the friendly nature of Prithu Maharaj. Then Lord Vishnu tells few important things to Prithu Maharaj. He says that those people who know Dharma, they will never, those people who have the knowledge of Atma, they will never ever harm the body. Because one who knows the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, one who knows completely about the Atma and Paramatma, the Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojana, the knowledge, the complete knowledge about Atma and Paramatma, they will never ever harm others' body because they are in knowledge. Even whatever others does, they understand that whatever they do, it does not harm the Atma. Just like Lord Krishna speaks in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita that na hanyamane sharire. So, my dear Arjuna, you may be thinking that you will be killing, you are going to kill Bhishma, Drona, etc. Na jayate mruyate. The soul has neither birth nor death. And even though body dies, but the soul never dies. And the soul cannot be cut by the sword, cut into pieces by the sword. It cannot be burnt by the fire. It cannot be moistened by the water. It cannot be withered by the air. These are the different qualities of the soul. That means none of the material activities can touch the soul. Nothing can harm the soul. So a person in this knowledge will never ever want to kill others, will never ever want to harm others. That means he's telling that so you are raising your weapon to Indra to shoot at him and to kill him. So what kind of a person who is in knowledge about Atma will shoot an arrow at others? It is not required. Because anyway, you are not going to harm that person, the Atma per se. So something like that. So that effect, Lord Vishnu speaks about this knowledge. But the people who are bewildered by Maya, assuming the body to be self, perform various activities. As a result of that, whatever happiness and misery that are experienced by the gross body and subtle body, they think that they are experiencing because of their ignorance. But a person knowledge understand that Atma has nothing to do with what's happening in this material world. Atma is completely indifferent to all the variety of material activities. And a wise person will never ever be attached to the body. And then what to speak of being attached to the home, possessions, and other things in this material world. A selfless person does not even attach to one's own body, then what to speak of becoming attached to somebody else, something else in this material world. The reason is both Paramatma and Atma are distinct from the matter and they have a different qualities. The Atma and Paramatma have the qualities such as pure, self-revealing, situated beyond the material modes, shelter of the gunas, all pervading, uncovered by matter, the witness of all things, independent of all others, and different from the body. These are the various characteristics of Atma and Paramatma. They are transcendental, eternal, situated behind the three modes, self-revealing. Atma and Paramatma is sheltered to the material body. It is all pervading. Witness to all the activities that are being performed by the gross body and subtle body. And completely different from the gross body and subtle body. These are the 9 distinct features of Atma and Paramatma with respect to the material body. So then, Lord Vishnu says that the person who understands these characteristics of Paramatma and Atma, though situated in the body, but will never identify with the body. That means indirectly is telling that though currently you are situated in the body of a king, but a Atma Jnani will not identify himself as the king. Instead, he always identifies himself as the Jivatma, an eternal subservient of Paramatma. So like that. And such a person does not possess any material desires. That is, such a person is never ever affected by the three modes of material nature. So this is what I expect from you. You are very much focused on completing 100 sacrifice. But you being a selfless person will not have such kind of ambition of completing 100 sacrifice. You will be happy. Something like that. You will be happy in the self. And such a person who does not have any material desires, who is self-realized, very soon comes to the platform of Samadhi, the platform of Jivan Mukta. That is where one experiences the real happiness of one being the Atma. So that is what happens. So then Lord Vishnu finally says that a person who identifies with the Atma, though living in the material world, is already liberated. But a person who identifies with the body, though he may be a scholar, but he is in a bound state. Though such a person is full of knowledge, but such a person is in bondage. The only reason of bondage is misidentification with the body. And how to come out of that misidentification? Take the shelter of sadhus. By being in the shelter or in the association of great sadhus, one can come out of such kind of misidentification, misidentity with the body. And then one comes to the real identity of oneself being Atma, and that Atma being an eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the means of attaining perfection. So like this, the various things Lord Vishnu mentions, and it tells that, my dear King Påthu, you are such a wonderful soul. In order to enhance your understanding, very soon some great sages will come to your doorsteps and they will give you perfect knowledge. Wait for that. Wait for them. And then he says that, for now, since I am here, if at all you have any desires, please ask me. I am here to fulfill all your desires. I am here to offer you all variety of benedictions. Whatever is there in your heart, please ask. So then, Prithu Maharaj, who does not have any desires, immediately falls flat, holding onto the two lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. He begins to cry. And Prithu Maharaj whole body was trembling. He was not able to see the Lord. He was not able to speak the Lord, speak something about the Lord. But eventually, after a long time, making himself steady, he began to see the beautiful form of the Lord, which he want to see, continue to see for the rest of eternity. And then he opens his mouth and begins to offer some wonderful prayers. So today we will discuss one or two prayers, and with that we'll stop. And the next week we will discuss other prayers. So the first two prayers are very interesting, wherein Prithu Maharaj says that, so I just got the folio so that all of you can see. Here, this is the first verse, first prayer offered by Prithu Maharaj. Prithu says, Varan vibhotvad varadeshvarat buddha katam vrinite guna vikriyatmanam ye narakanam api santi dehinam tanesha kaivalyapate vrinena cheya. He says that, oh my dear Lord Kaivalyapati, for the people who have desires in this material world, you award them Kaivalya. Some people approach you asking for Swarga, you award them. Some people approach you asking for Apavarga, you will award them. That's why you are called as Kaivalyapati. You are Varadarshaba, the best of the giver of benedictions. You can fulfill any benediction that is required for the people who will ask in this world. But according to my little understanding, even any kind of material blessing, even after all the way up to Sahyajya Mukti, the Brahmananda, they are all like Naraki happiness. Ye Narakanam apisanti dehinam. From my understanding, Swarga and Apavarga are like that of Naraka only. Because either in Swarga or in Apavarga, there is no opportunity to serve you, to see you, to clasp, to hold on to your two lotus feet. That opportunity is not available either in Swarga or in Apavarga. That's why attaining Swarga or attaining Apavarga is Naraka for me. Varan vibhotvad varadeshvarat Buddha katam vrinite gunavikriyatmanam. A Buddha, a intelligent person, how they will ask for Swarga and Apavarga, which are supposed to be like Naraka? Because there is no opportunity for seeing your transcendental form, holding on to your two lotus feet, and able to serve you continuously. Because of these three reasons, I will not ask about Apavarga or Swarga. So this is the first prayer. So Prithu Maharaja's understanding is very much clearly mentioned in this. Indirectly saying that people come to you either asking for Swarga or asking for Apavarga. But I am not here coming to you asking for Swarga or Apavarga. Then Lord asks, then ask for something. Tell me what desire you have. He says that Nakamayena tatadapi aham kvachin Nayatra yushmak charanambujashavaha Mahattamanta hrudayan mukachyuto Vidasvakarna yutamesha varaha. So in the previous verse, he said that the Buddha, the intelligent people will consider Swarga and Apavarga to be Naraka. But I am not such an intelligent person. But I want to become such an intelligent person. Then how I can become an intelligent person like them? He says that Yatra Yushmak Sharanambujasavaha Mahattamanta Rudayan Mukachyuto. Where the great devotees, when they discuss the glories of your lotus feet, through the sound vibration that is talking about, that is glorifying your lotus feet, the nectar that is placed at your lotus feet will come, will manifest in that sound vibration. Whoever collects that nectar, which is coming out of the mouth of a pure devotee when he is glorified the two lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, the nectar from the two lotus feet of the Supreme Lord is coming out of their mouth. Whoever collects that nectar and accepts it, such kind of person will become Buddha. Intelligent person. How do we understand a person is intelligent? He who understands Swarga and Apavarga to be Naraka. Such person is a real intelligent person. So I am a less intelligent person, or I am a Buddhu, I am an unintelligent person, but I want to become an intelligent person. The only solution is to hear from your pure devotees. And I have so much eagerness to become such an intelligent person, such a great devotee of yours, so that so for that, I want to hear Krishna Katha spoken by thousands of devotees that you have at different places. Because every place they are speaking Krishna Katha. Vidasva Karnayuta Meshame Varan. Ayuta means 10,000. So please give me at least 10,000 years. Currently, I only have 2 years. I'll be able to hear from one person. But if I have at least 10,000 years, minimum I will be able to hear from 5,000 devotees who are speaking Krishna Katha at different places, at 5,000 places. So that by hearing about you, by tasting the nectar coming from your 2 lotus feet, I can become a Buddha. I can develop a desire to enter into Vaikuntha and serve you continuously for the rest of eternity, and never ever desire to go to Swarga or Apavarga where there is no opportunity to see you, to hold on to your lotus feet, and to serve you continuously. So this is what he is saying in the next verse. So we'll stop here and we'll continue the same theme in the next week, wherein we'll continue from this verse. Sauttama shloka mahan mukachyuto bhavat padamboja sudakananila smrutir punarve smrutatattva vatmanam kuyoginam no vitarati alamvarai. Your glories, which are supposed to be in my heart, I have forgotten. They can be revived only when I hear from your pure devotees. In order to hear from your pure devotees, I need to have many years so that I can hear many Krishna Kathas spoken by many of your wonderful devotees. So this is the eagerness expressed by Påthu Maharaj to hear about the Lord from thousands of devotees simultaneously. Like that, one should have eagerness to hear about Supreme Lord, hear about Lord's various pastimes. So we'll stop here for today. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. So while is Bhajanitai Prabhu joined today? Hare Krishna, Bhajanitai Prabhu, you are there?
Prabhuji, just a minute, let me unmute him. I think I have to make him.
Okay. So while Bhajanitai Prabhu is getting ready, if some devotees want to say something and ask something.
I think devotees can raise their hands, or temporarily I'll unmute everyone, Prabhuji. If
Yes,
anybody has a question, yeah.
Yeah. Bhajanita, I don't know Nimai or Nimai this thing. I don't know Bhajanita.
I'm there. Who is that? I think Shubhangi Mataji has a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Excellent class, Prabhuji. Excellent class, as usual. I just have a doubt. In the 16th shloka of this 19th chapter, there is one line in the translation that Being thus informed, the grandson of King Vena immediately began to follow Indra, who was fleeing through the sky in great haste. He was very angry with him and he chased him just as the king of vultures chased Ravana. What is that story, Prabhuji? If it is very short, if you can explain, or them. What I don't know that how the king of vultures chased Ravana. That is
That
there.
is Jatayu. When Mother Sita was taken away by Ravana, Jatayu was fighting with Ravana.
Okay, okay. That
one.
is the okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like that.
Hare
But
Krishna.
Indra
Thank
is
you.
stealing away with the horse. He's stealing the
Ah,
So
okay.
Pruthumara's son is chasing after him, or
Yeah,
Pruthumara is chasing after him like the Jatayu.
that's why king of the vultures means Jatayu. Okay, okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So if there are no more questions, so any devotee want to sing for a few minutes? So with that we can, with that small kirtan, we can wind up for today.
I think Bhajanita Prabhuji is there, Prabhuji.
Okay,
He's
then
there.
Bhajanita Prabhu, you can unmute and you can.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So,
Should we begin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
So
Prabhu.
Bhajanita Prabhuji, should I mute everyone and you'll only sing? How do you want to do, Prabhuji?
I think I'll sing, and then depending on the network connection, devotees can repeat. But it's better if
No, I
they
think
are mute.
Siddharth, repeat karala, lots of disturbances. I
Yeah,
think
so that's what
better
I'm
you
saying.
sing alone.
Do it.
Yeah. So I'll
You can
do it,
mute.
and then
Yeah.
as per network, this thing people can repeat. But it's better if everyone's on mute.
Okay, okay, Prabhuji. So I'll mute everyone.
Okay. Namo Vishnu Pada